Guess that one.
Hey guys, it's Ad Hat America here. So starting with our video series on local musicians, I found a local band called Thetic. They're really good guitar players, really good bass player, really good drummer. They got some great music, and we're going to do an interview with them. And also, go ahead and check out A-Sims Productions. This video is going to be collaborating with the 700 subscriber to A-Sims Productions channel over here that we all do together. So go ahead and check out A-Sims Productions, Ad Hat America, and CG Videos for more updates, more music, more videos, more behind the scenes footage, and more cool stuff. All right, so we're in here with the band, and we're gonna go ahead and do a little interview with them. So how you guys doing today?
Good. Pretty good.
I'm doing awesome.
So you guys just got done playing a show. Actually, it was a 3-hour show, I believe.
It was like 2 hours.
Yeah, like 2 hours.
2 hours, 2.5.
Yeah, it was a good turnout.
So tell the viewers how many people you actually got in the building itself tonight.
Like 70 people. They said was the head count at the when there was the most people there.
Are you sure? I thought there was more. I didn't. Was there a head count?
I mean, at least 70.
At least 70.
Yeah.
That's pretty good numbers.
CDs too.
For a small town like Galesburg, 70 is pretty good.
Yeah. Especially knowing it's just us playing.
Yeah.
So did you guys notice any problems with your gear tonight? Was everything working good for you guys? Was everything going smoothly? Did you have any questions or comments for me in terms of the channel or anything like that before we get started?
How long have you been running this channel?
We've been doing it for about a year now. My buddy that I do the partnership with, he's been doing it longer than that, but I just started my branch up of the channel, and we do it all. It's CG Videos, A-Sims Productions, and Ad Hat America. We do it all through a group thing.
Right on.
I'm the music side of it, so I produce the music for the videos. So I
Do you
do
travel
all the music stuff.
to do interviews?
Not right now. I'm just doing local people right now, and then when I can, I'll start traveling.
Okay.
So let's get into a couple questions that I actually had for you guys, and that some of the viewers have for you guys. And the number one thing that I always ask most musicians that I interview is what got you started in music? Like, what kind of gave you that little push to get into playing the guitar, playing the bass, playing the drums?
Well, you want to go first?
For me, I'd say probably watching my dad's band as a kid always made me want to get into the same field of stuff, just like playing music. And I don't know, when I was young, I started playing, and then I got to get up and play with his band, and that just gave me more inspiration to do that, and what I wanted to do with my life just seemed like that forever.
Yeah, and I don't know, I always loved music since I was a kid, and it just really, changed my life in a way, and it almost saved my life, and that's why I feel like I just felt like I wanted to dedicate my own life to making music.
I guess I could say I probably got all the influence and musical inspiration probably from my parents, just growing up and being in the car and just listening to the old 70s stations, and of course the most probably cliche answer in the world, probably the Beatles. You know, you hear your parents listen to the Beatles, or they put on an album and you hear it, and then you think, well, how can I do that but not do that?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I have to say the Beatles, definitely a big influence.
So he said the Beatles, and I noticed that Seth was a big thing on Hendrix.
Oh, yeah.
Has Hendrix influenced a lot of your music, bud?
Yeah, Hendrix really changed my life. I'd say the way my inspiration has gone through life is, first, I was into Cheap Trick as a kid just because that's what my dad was into, and that really got me into just that classic rock sound. And then one day I discovered Nirvana, and that just really immediately changed me and made me just want to get into this new sound, and it's where I found myself. And then one day I bought a Hendrix record, and that just completely changed me, and I don't know, it just changed who I wanted to be on the guitar. And I feel like that's where we've got our sound, is just from those inspirations.
See, I can relate to that because Hendrix is what hits me too. I do a lot of Hendrix in my stuff, and it's interesting because Jimmy leaves behind this sort of essence in his music, and you can always hear that in people that pick it up and learn from it, and I can hear that in your guys' music, and it's really cool.
He's just really free spirited. That's where I feel like Jimi Hendrix is what got us started in that jamming type of sound.
Psychedelia.
Yeah, and what kind of just that open, free-spirited jam where we don't just always play stuff the same, and I don't know, kind of like that. And then lately just watching bands like Fish and the Grateful Dead has just even really opened our eyes more to just seeing that there's musicians good enough who can just on the spot play stuff that sounds beyond anything. So it's like, just that's opened our eyes too, especially Hendrix, because that's where our true inspiration comes from, though.
So would you guys say, in the terms of Hendrix sort of saying he was going to create an electric church when he got up and played, do you guys think you created an electric church tonight there?
More like an electric mausoleum.
There you go.
For today's terms.
So the next question I have is, how long have all you guys been playing?
I've been playing since I was like 6 years old. Of course, I'd like to believe I was a lot better since no one had played that long, but yeah, I've been playing that long.
I played the bass actually for 2 years, but I played guitar that was like 6 years ago that I started the guitar, and I kind of was into like percussion before that. Like I just always had an interest in playing instruments. I kind of changed around, but definitely set on the bass.
I was strumming the umbilical cord when I came out.
Oh, jeez. Oh boy. So the next question would be, in terms of sitting down to write, what do you guys usually go through as a process? I mean, how do you usually? I know earlier you said that this latest album that you're working on, you really sat down and you focused on it, and you guys have been working on it for a year now. When you go to write new music, how long would you say it usually takes you to actually sit down and get something together that you're actually satisfied with?
I mean, it's usually just grows as we play it. We're pretty
on the spot
free-spirited
about
when
it.
we're
It's
pretty
kind of a
free-spirited
gradual
when it comes to it. We kind of just
Like one
we'll
person
hear
will
something
throw it
and then we'll
down,
just
and then just kind of
Yeah.
follow, and whoever's
sometimes
telling
just
it
in
better.
a matter of time that you play something, it just comes out as a perfect song, it seems like. And then over time it just kind of like grows and you build on it and just
Make
change
more
your parts.
parts. Yeah, definitely.
Sounds like a pretty interesting process there.
Lots of candy.
Lots of candy.
I don't think I can say anything else.
Well, you can say what you want. It's YouTube, man. It's uncensored.
Dope.
Lots of dope. Most rock stars usually are doing that kind of stuff. It's inspiration for them. You know, it helps. Some guys drink, other guys smoke, other guys do cocaine. I mean, it's just whatever works for you. You know, whatever gets you up in the morning and gets you focus on that stuff. I mean, hell, I drink beer and eat cashews. I mean, so all in all, how did you come up with the band's name? Like, what were you guys doing that made you just sit there and go, you know what, that's an awesome name for a band?
I think it kind of just came, and then we thought about like what synthetic means, and to me it means just like man-made, and it's music that just sounds like it's made by people and not made by machines.
Well, we went through a list of names before, and they all just kind of seemed to start with either the or it just, I don't know. Like, I feel like synthetic probably had to stick, because anything else would have just sounded kind of generic. And
I don't know.
I don't really know any other synthetics.
I like the play on the words too, the spelling. I mean, the fact of it's like spelled different.
Yeah, we're not fucking
too,
motor
like-
oil.
yeah.
And it definitely doesn't have any like religious meaning to it, if people think that's what it means. I mean, a lot of people have asked us before, and it's
Really?
definitely not.
Yeah.
I'm a soldier soul.
Serious?
We're a satanic cult.
Don't say
We're
it.
not. No, we're not. No.
So people actually claim that you guys soldier souls or some off-the-wall stuff.
No, there's been people that have told us before, like, oh, well, we weren't going to come, just based, like, people that didn't know who we were said they
That we're a
weren't,
religious band.
they almost didn't come just because they thought we were a religious band and stuff like that.
No, I seen the tie-dye and I thought, that's Hendrix, man. So the next question is, one of my guys that I do the YouTube videos with, he was looking at some pictures on Facebook, and he seen Seth's SG. And it raised the question, how many guitars and basses together do you guys have?
Oh, we'd honestly.
Yeah, that's
together,
a tough question.
Upstairs or downstairs?
Well, I mean,
I
do
have
it individually if you have to. but-
like, my main guitars, I have 4, 2 Strats and an SG and a Flying V. But I also have an okay acoustic guitar, and then I have, I don't know, a couple guitars upstairs that I've just got when I was younger that aren't bad guitars. I don't know. I've obviously found smoother playing instruments, and I've just haven't. I mean, honestly, the instruments I have upstairs are honestly nice too. I just have so many of them, you just forget about them. Honestly, so
I can relate to that. I can honestly.
Yeah, it's like
I've got 3 guitars, and you always you just connect with one, and that's your child for that week.
Yeah, exactly. Even with just the main ones I use and cycle through, it's like almost impossible to pick which one I want to play.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about the new album? How do you think people will receive it? How do you think people will kind of take it away? I mean, obviously we saw tonight, based on what the number of people that were there, that people are really going to take it, as a serious deal. They're going to be very interested in it. How far do you think it's going to go?
I think anyone who's listened to anything we've ever released before will think it's something really like a lot better sounding, and just that we've progressed. To our own personal self, I think it'll always be an album that is still a progression album to us, because even from the time we've recorded those parts to now, it's like I feel like as musicians we're so much better already, but it's like listening from this album to the last album, it's like it sounds like a major difference in musicianship. So I mean, to me, I feel like I just want to always keep growing with the albums, and I'm okay with always listening back to them and thinking like, oh, well, that's me from a while ago. I'm better than that now. I don't know. I just like progressing.
Well, I can relate to that as well. As a musician, you kind of you play something, and then 6 months later you look back at it and you go, why do I even have that on my hard drive? I gotta get rid of that.
It's like you're always getting better, and then when in the process you don't even realize it. You know what I mean? And then when you just sit and look back at yourself from that long ago, it's like, wow, I've really gotten better in that amount of time.
I feel like our album will kind of give more of like, it's like the code for the songs. You know what I mean? Like it's like already inscribed.
It's like the
CD.
roots for the songs,
and then when we go to play it live, we could play it 20 different ways, but still have the root of the song.
See, that's Hendrix stuff right there, playing it 20 different ways, but it still sounds the same. It still sounds just as good. There you go.
And that's what inspired us to be like that.
So, when you guys write music, how do you retain it in your head? Because I noticed you didn't have any set list actually sitting up there. You just knew it, and you just were like, let's just do this.
We just have
honestly, we just kind of go with the flow.
And we just have like so much music
and
it
just whatever feels good in the moment. Yeah.
Like just to think, I mean, this is technically like, I mean, if we could, we would claim it as our first release that we've ever made, but it's technically the fourth, not full album, but the third full album, and we also released a 7-song EP before. Also, this is only part 1 of a 25 at now. It'll probably be 26 by the time it's released. It's a double album. So
many chapters.
I mean,
in
in
our books.
that all these songs, we already have a whole nother album that we're ready to record, but that'll be a long time before that's ready. And by the time we record that, you know what I mean.
There'll be 2 more.
So I guess you're going with it in a sense of it, kind of like Led Zeppelin had Led Zeppelin 1 and Led Zeppelin 2. You kind of doing almost like a chapter kind of thing where
it's like
does it necessarily tell a story if you play them in order, or?
Well, I mean,
maybe the story of
the
our
double
emotion.
album itself is like one painting, and it's kind of like it's colorblind in rainbows, and it's like a dark side and a light side.
And I feel like kind of musically, it almost it kind of naturally happened the way we picked the songs, but I feel like musically, the 2 albums almost sound like that, like lyrically and just. The vibe of Colorblind is almost more of like not the whole time, but it's almost more of like a dark album, like more like a dark sounding album versus Rainbows. Not to say there's no dark parts of it, but Rainbow sounds a little more like minor versus major, you know what I mean? It's like Rainbow sounds more like peppy, and this sounds more,
right,
I don't know, like minor.
Well, sometimes you need the dark notes to complement the lighter notes, so that it all melds together and gives you.
We kind of just wanted to go with like a what you see is what you hear, kind of feel for the double part of that album.
Right. And I think that's what really brought people in was because they see, the vibe, the tone of what you guys are going for, and they like it, and it's it is like he said, like what you see is what you get. So that a lot of bands have done that before, and that draws people in. They like it.
Mm-hmm.
I think you guys have hit a real success here. Excuse me. So did you guys have any questions yourself that you wanted to ask, or anything in particular that maybe I didn't touch on, or?
I don't know. I mean, what was your reaction to the show tonight?
I mean, I thought it was awesome. Probably one of the best shows I've seen. I mean, the very first show that I ever saw was my friend Westlin Chase. I saw him and his band play, Stereo Circus play, and that was pretty cool. And that is the first show I've ever actually seen. And then I saw his cousin Jim play with Disintegrator, and that was pretty cool. But I think it was only cool because, you know, no offense to anybody in that band, but it was only cool because Jim was playing and I played with Jim growing up, you know, on the guitar. So I recognized, you know, automatically, you know, how Jim was going to play, and it just hit me, you know, perfect how he did it. I'm not usually one for one of those screamo bands, but, you know, if Jim's playing the guitar on it, it's usually pretty good.
And the bow, man. Plays with a bow.
Yeah.
Used to, I think. I think I've seen him play with a bow with Lethal by Default a couple times, but some like Jimmy Page shit right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another big influence that we have is Led Zeppelin, that's for sure.
But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the show. I thought it was just one of the better shows ever. I'm telling you, you guys
That's
take
awesome
the
to hear.
cake. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna take off. I mean, people are gonna like it, and I think when the viewers see on YouTube, you know, that they see the video that we've got, and you know, it's all finished and everything, and they hear the interview, I think they're really gonna want to pick it up. So on that note, where would these guys go to pick it up? Or is it on iTunes, or is it on?
I think we might
Bandcamp,
have it
Reverb
on
Nation.
I'd say our main online way of selling right now, our more recent way, we've added it onto our Bandcamp page that you could either find us through Facebook or find us on Bandcamp. It's for sale for a cheaper price. We have it on iTunes, but we don't have our new album on iTunes. We have In Space, and the only downside of iTunes is you have to pay to be on it, and we
at
had
this point.
we had In Space on for a whole year and only sold one and made $7, which then I had to pay $50 to be on it. So it's like, it's
Doesn't
nice
always
to
pay
know
out.
it's on all that stuff, but
Maybe
it's
we
like
can put like a link
Yeah, and-
from, you know what I mean, to those sites,
like
like
the Bandcamp.
yeah, and
Yeah.
even our Facebook
Certainly.
page.
I mean, I'm just like I said. I'm just now, you know, getting real into the swing of YouTube. But I have, you know, I work with these guys, and these guys can probably show me exactly how to link it up and link it to it specifically.
Right.
I'm not sure if you can or not, but I think you might be able to link it to your Facebook page actually.
What, the Bandcamp? I think so somehow. I just don't know.
The link from the YouTube channel straight to the Facebook page.
Oh,
I think you can
from
do
that,
that. I'm
yeah.
not for certain, but.
I'm not sure.
If any viewers out there know, don't ridicule me. Just give me an answer. This isn't, you know.
50 comments.
Yeah, this isn't Michael Jackson eating popcorn, going to the comments kind of thing. This is just giving an answer. So, I guess the only other question I have is, where do you see you guys going in 10 years, 5 years, 10 years, you know, 20 years down the road?
Well, we'd like to know that as many people that want to hear our music and that could have an impact on their life from hearing our music, we would like to somehow know that those people can hear the music without us just dying and putting all this work into the music and dying out before anybody ever hears it. But I mean, I also don't want to just become a different person over money or something like that.
Yeah, and I just really hope someday we could help people with their music, and I hope people will just want to listen to it and want to go out and see a live band and want to support music, because that's just why I wanted to do it, because I loved it so much, and it'd be cool to like kind of pass that on to other people too.
Right.
Just get to travel the world and play music. It'd be awesome.
I hope wherever we go, wherever the wind takes us, you know. Yeah.
So wherever the road goes, huh?
Yeah, I'd like to see the world.
The end of the rainbow, you know. The end of the rainbow.
Oh,
is
okay,
what
that's
we-
cool. That ties in with the whole tie-dye thing.
or the other part of the album.
Yeah, rainbows.
Yeah.
Is
There you
good.
go.
Colorblind and rainbow.
All right, so I guess that's all the questions I have for you guys today for the YouTube channel, and we're gonna edit the video there and get you guys up on the video side of it, and we're gonna take some pictures and throw it into the interview we just did here. So unless you guys have anything else to say, I think we're good to go.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to my terrible voice.
And check out our CD Colorblind.
You can just
Just
check
came
out
out.
Synthetic and listen to the music and Just don't be too
Fucking
cool.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's what it's
Have a good
for.
life.
Enjoy it.
And on the note to the guy on YouTube who always does the British voice, all right, guys, click on the link below, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later. And remember, I'm going to show you how to cheat on GTA later today. Okay, bye.